Baby, don't hurt me.
That's the song, right? It is
Don't
now.
hurt
Deal with it.
me no more.
No more.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Use my car as long as you don't skull fuck me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Anyways, hello. We are back. This is us.
Hello.
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 Hi. Just checking things on my end.
I be nearly forgetting what day it is
Oh,
today.
I want a door in the wall that just rains Skittles.
Right?
What?
But not the door that has the tiger paw.
I want the door with the tiger paw, too. I have plans for that tiger paw.
Plans for that tiger. We all should have plans for that tiger.
Plans for that tiger.
Don't know what you're talking about.
It's a Skittles commercial.
I am familiar with it. Hello. Are we ready to do the things we're here to do?
What were we doing?
What are we doing? Hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is a kind of a tired little thing. I had a, let's say, stressful day at work today, so I'm a little frazzled, but we are here and we are ready to not jump back in, but recap sort of what happened since our hiatus due to a medical thing, and also my new job. But we're back. So, do you all remember what we were doing? What do you guys remember?
Last? I don't remember.
Oh God.
You don't remember?
There was.
We did a heist, and
we did a heist.
People out, and there was a lot of murder.
There's a lot of frankly unnecessary murder.
First of all.
Oh wait, we rescued people.
Entirely necessary.
Mm-hmm.
We did stab a civilian in her bed.
Listen, she was aiding the enemy.
That was episode 1. All those crimes are always forgiven. It's episode 2 after.
No, that is not true. Episode 1 says anyways. Yes, you did do a lot of murder. You sort of took over the business of the person you murdered, which is frankly insane.
Is it, though?
You're practically a mafia.
Listen, we prefer the term freedom fighters.
So
I mean,
you come to me.
It can be the same thing.
This the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yes, you come to me.
In which we shoot Nazis.
Nazis.
Look, we're the level 50 boss. These scrubs need to get on our level. That's all. We've all seen the videos.
Oh.
This.
The really bad mobile.
Anyways, yes, you committed murder. But I'm more yes. So you committed a murder. You took over a business.
Before
you rescued.
Before that, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
We're sponsored now.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Brandon, do you have things that I or you need to say?
Grinding Coffee Co. is now a sponsor for our channel. You've heard about us talk about it before on the other places, but this is the first time talking about it on Diesel Dragons. So hi, hello. You can go to grindingcoffeeco.com or grindingcoffee.co. It's really hard to do that when co is part of the name and it's the URL. Anyways. You can go to their website and use the code PARTYWIPEGAMES for a 10% discount on all orders. So get lots of coffee and get lots of discount. I am a big fan of the bourbon coffee. It is delicious, it is life-saving, and it is great. Also, the Gay Agenda coffee just makes me smile, so try that as well. That being said, this is a long-term partnership, so you'll be seeing a lot of it and a lot of us promoting it until they are tired of us, which doesn't sound like that's going to happen.
Coffee.
Yeah, it'll never be with coffee because I'm definitely going to be continuously buying more coffee. So, hey, you should buy coffee too. Follow the link in the chat and use the code and do all the great stuff. Buy coffee.
Buy coffee.
Buy coffee.
Brilliant. I literally am looking to buy coffee for my brother for his birthday. Mostly because he told me just to get him a Starbucks gift card. I'm like, no, I'm buying you coffee. He told me he's too much coffee. And I'm like, no, fuck that. So I'm going to buy him some more coffee.
Get him some coffee in a coffee mug. They have really nice coffee mugs.
Oh, I'll do that. He will be, because apparently he does like a monthly like coffee thing. Like you get coffee and he accidentally ordered 2 of them. So he's too much. He literally has like 2 giant bags of coffee. So it's
Yeah. They have the cool temperature changing coffee mug, and those are always fun.
Ooh, yes. No, he liked that. Anyways, yes. Go to that. Let's see, grindingcoffee.co for Grinding Coffee Co.
Yeah.
Grind.
Go to grindingcoffee.co.
What was it called?
Grinding
Coffee.
Co.
All right, there you go.
That's .com.
Beautiful.
Use code PARTYWIPEGAMES.
10% discount.
Yes. Anyways, so yes, the murders you committed. Committed some murders. You freed some prisoners of war. You learn that they were being shipped off to a secret thing. Some of them, some of them had technical expertise that was required for a project which you're not aware of what it is. And you stole a bunch of weapons, and invited the ire of the Empire, and they brought in the Daughters of Lolth,
That's right, that did happen.
Essentially elite secret police, one of which has taken at the moment a platonic interest in one of our characters. Shay, what is your character's name?
Oh my gosh, what is my character's name?
Yeah, you do the work.
Oh my gosh.
Celebrity giblets.
I legit have to check.
It is Tan Shear.
Tanshir, that's right.
It's almost like you should be logged into the Roll20.
I'm sorry, it's been a while.
No, I get it. I understand. I completely forgot all your characters' names. I didn't read them this morning.
Right, Tanshir.
I'll have you know I remember mine, Sailor.
Ah, it's beautiful.
I
I can see you on the Roll20. You can't fucking lie to me. I
I've
know
been
you're
in
here for
Roll20. I was here and ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
A healer and doctor, who champions towards Martel, is currently a pacifist, but we'll see how long that lasts once she learns some blood magic.
I mean, there's blood magic in this game. I still don't understand quite how it works, because it's very confusing. It doesn't use PowerPoints. If you want to learn how to use blood magic, we'll sit down and talk about it.
You just play some 9-inch nails and let nature take its course.
There is actually in the other Savage Worlds for Deadlands. They actually have rules for that. It's you can either I gotta check this sheet. You can give yourself fatigue or wounds, and if you give yourself fatigue, it gives you like a certain number of power points. If you give yourself a wound, it gives you even more power points.
Yes. I will look into that and see if it's the same system. It sounds like probably. I haven't read the manual in a little while.
Yeah, but you also made it sound like that I could do some crazy scary shit like bloodbend.
You could do some crazy scary shit. Well, if you want to do fucking some crazy scary shit, let's talk about it. I will homebrew the fuck out of this.
I kind of am morbidly interested in being a bloodbender.
Excellent. That works. Like that's a weird doctor thing. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that is Tanshir. They currently very, very sweet. Had to look away as they murdered an old lady. To be fair, she's only 200. She's only like what 400. She's not that old. So yeah, that is Tanshir. An elf, I believe, correct?
And what if? And I had time to think about this. What if my character? What if this drow lady's interest in me is to get me to whatever's going on to that thing because they need magic people for I don't know.
Sure. You can message me and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
But for sure, that's a cool idea. Definitely don't need to find my notebooks and write that down. Yes, that was Tanshir, local helper and magic healer lady. Um,
Yeah.
has yet to fire a gun in this campaign.
Yep to fire a
Yep.
gun.
Yet to harm a single person. I think she got shot though.
I
Did you
did.
get shot?
I got shot in the back.
You got shot in the back.
Do
Yeah, that
no
is.
harm, get all the harm.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
no harm, get fucking shot.
But I did protect my magic did deflect a lot of bullets.
You did do, yes, your magic that was very successful. Those are some scared like essentially 18-year-old boys just being like, why aren't our bullets working? Anyways, that is Tan, magic lady. She's great. Moving on to, we have to go to the communist.
Do you though?
Yes, we do.
Apparently.
Frost, what is your character's name?
His name is Grigory Raslaw.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about Grigori, if you remember.
Yes, he was, grew up in, where is it? I was like, People's Republic. Oh, that
Yes.
thing is always so tiny when I look at it on the map.
Oh god, it is.
People's Republic, Itavestar. I'll fucking write that down and figure out how to pronounce it. It's been a while.
But his people, the Dragonborn, were they were quickly overtaken by these not good elves, and him and a lot of his people have been doing a good chunk of resistance in his lands against them.
Yes. Yes, the People's Republic and the Daritan Cognate have been currently the ones fighting the brunt of the war, the most military forces being sort of mobilized against them.
That's because those Majah people are protected by mountains.
They are protected by mountains. They're also essentially a protectorate of the People's Republic. So, they're just fighting for the People's Republic because they kind of have to, because if they don't, they get, fucking Stalin. And you don't want to get Stalin.
You don't want to get Stalin. You don't want
You
to
don't want to be
Gulag.
Ukraine. So yeah, that is the Maja. The Maja, just for a little fun, they're lizard folk. It is a swampy land full of good swampy boys.
The hist provides.
Hey,
Yeah, nature provides.
I just noticed something about these maps.
Yeah.
So the tribes of the White Isles, where the orcs are from,
That's the
there's
orcs?
one island, just one island, that the Overdark took over.
Yes.
Are they at war with them too?
Kind of. There's an issue with living in the Underdark is that they don't have a navy. The tribes of White Isles definitely have a navy, so they're sort of at a stalemate where the tribes are like, they don't want to land yet because they don't have support from other countries, but they can keep the Ordark Empire off of the rest of their islands. They're like, you can't beat a fucking naval nation of orcs. Like, you're not fucking fighting that. So they're currently at war, but they're currently not actively like combating.
Gotcha.
Yes. So yeah, Grigori is a good communist. You're a party member, correct? Right?
He's a card-carrying member of the Communist Party.
Yeah. Card carrying. I hope he left that card at home. Is all I'm saying.
The card's left at home, but he has enough pamphlets for everybody.
Yeah, he's on pamphlets. You did hand out fucking pamphlets, didn't you?
Yeah.
To a group of
You always
dwarves.
you have these weird little choices that are always like super like strange to me. Just like, you fucking commie pamphlets. Anyways, that's Grigori. He's the resident sharpshooter. Put him on a hill, he'll fucking scoop heads. And last but certainly not least is the leader of the group.
Oh, is that where I am now?
Yeah, you're definitely the leader. You're definitely the leader.
Okay. She
Whether you
accepts
want
this.
to be or not,
She
you're in
accepts
charge.
this with grace and humility.
What is your character's name? Rin.
Phil Goldleaf.
Beautiful.
She is an elf, and she was part of the former Fostral 501st Armored Regiment, the Hydras. Hail Hydra.
Yeah, go fucking use a fake Nazis. That's fine.
Listen.
You know my
They
issues
weren't
with.
Nazis, they were Hydra.
I
There's a
mean,
difference.
Fight fake Nazis
fucking
with other fake Nazis.
Exactly.
yeah, it's just like it's whatever.
Listen, these guys are basically French, so is it really any better?
I mean, yeah, you could.
I mean,
The French are fucking around lately, and I'm mad at them.
Yeah. We're gonna fire off a musket in protest at losing money.
Oh God. Anyways, yes. So Salathill, I believe you're a sergeant in the military, and are currently working for the new police force in the capital of Serest.
Yes.
Yes, that is the characters. Just so to remind everyone exactly what will be happening next week, a brief recap of the last session we had. Um, you guys bought a truck. You guys just bought a pickup truck from a farmer.
Yeah.
And are current and no, you stole a shit ton of dynamite and are going to blow up. You're going to commit domestic terrorism.
We were gonna blow up the Temple of Lilith, yeah.
You're going to the Temple of Lilith. You're making Cigna proud doing domestic terrorism. Yes, that is what you guys are literally currently in the truck, getting ready to unload it and get your pilot friend who has some lockpicking experience to help you break into like a very dangerous place to fucking load the shit. Oh, I'm so happy. So yes, that is currently where the story is at. They've committed a couple. They've carried out a couple of operations, and they've yet to make a really big move yet, which I'm excited for. This is your first really big thing, your first public, sort of act of resistance.
Oh, and we sent some of the people we saved to start spreading word to other neighboring areas
Yes.
about
Mhm.
growing resistance to
You
try to
you
spur
do,
them into action.
and you did send people to start start some other sort of pockets. And they sent back a rather amusing letter about how some soldiers are going missing, and it's like, oh, it's such a tragic thing that the soldiers at the local garrison are going missing. My friend has a theory, like they're fucking taking them out to the woods and shooting them. Um, yeah, so that is currently where the story's at. I'm gonna ask a couple questions, um, to you. First thing is, um, the at the very beginning. So, like World War II, the World War didn't like people always say like the start of the World War is officially the annexation of Poland, like when they invaded Poland. That sort of sparked off the war. But that's not kind of the first aggressive action that Germany took. And much like in this world, the first aggressive action that wouldn't be considered start of the war in later years would be the annexation of Kistus, um, which was a gas attack. They gassed the dwarven cities in the mountains. Yes, Kistus. Um, they gassed the cities, and then and then they told them like, "Hey, surrender." And so they surrendered, and they were able to take over the country very very quickly. And people sort of scrambled to be like, "Oh, so the Dark Elves, the Drow, just have a country on the surface now." Um, and people sort of lined up. And then it was the surprising invasion of both um, uh, Shathu, which is the south of Kistis, which I believe the was on the map, and then Silma, which was the north of Kistis. It was a sort of a two-pronged attack, which no one really expected. Like, oh, they're going to invade north, they're going to invade south, and then they just fucking like was like, we have spider tanks. Yeah. Um, and so my question is, what was your character's reaction upon hearing the annexation of Kistis.
As a member of the former military, Sarathil would have been surprised and at the same time not surprised. Like,
Sure.
because usually, people in the government and military tend to know the shit that's happening well before the civilians do. So it's like, aggression just doesn't happen at the drop of a hat. There's always rumors of things that will be going on here, and there might be the occasional sudden surprise, but scout reports and all of that where it's like, shit, there it is, Kistis just fell under, I guess that means we're mobilizing, that sort of thing, where we thought it was just gonna be another sad attempt from the Underdark, and then they'd get pushed back, and nope, suddenly they went around the defensive line, and next thing we know, the capital is in flames.
Yeah, fucking Maginot Line.
Yep, that was
French
again. That was my reference. Yep. They won't go around the line. Oh shit! They went around the line.
They won't go around this massive line of forts. Oh, look at that. Yep. There's also the trees. That's true. They didn't think the armor could get through the Belgian forests, and then they just did, and they're like, oh fuck.
Wasn't there also just like a pocket too where one of the generals was like, we don't have anyone here in this gap and we need to reinforce it, and they're like, nah, it's like forests and swamps and we don't want to go in there.
Oh, I'm certain fucking something like that. Just like, yeah, whatever. They can't get through mud. Kidding me? It's a machine. Oh, they've got through mud pretty easily, huh? Yeah,
those crazy lads. They
fucking stop. Don't build the Maginot Line. Don't build the Maginot Line. I think that's the lesson of this entire series is don't build the Maginot Line. Anyways, how about you, Shay? What was Tanshir's reaction upon hearing about?
Tanshir, being a civilian, would have been.
Hey.
Would have been would have been very surprised. I think she would have been going from being just a medical student helping out to being, oh, we need people helping the soldiers, and it's like, okay, I'm here.
Sure thing. Yeah.
They have magic.
Yeah, you have magic. Yes. So did Tanshir try to go and try to go on would she have tried to go on a humanitarian mission?
Yeah, she would have volunteered to help, not to get close to any kind of fighting, but to help the injured soldiers.
For sure. Yeah, and one thing that probably would have been a little surprising and a little sort of heartbreaking was that as a new government of Kistis, the Empire refused all humanitarian aid. Did not allow any foreign
stubborn dwarves.
Yeah. Well, no, not the dwarves. It was the elves. The dark elves are just like, no, can't come in, and refuse all aid. Because they didn't care about them. They're like, we don't care. Like, our soldiers are fine. It was just their civilians got gassed. Who fucking cares? We have their iron now. We have their iron and their coal. Gregory. What was Gregory's reaction upon hearing about the fall of a country that borders his own?
Mm-hmm. Seething, unending hatred.
Oh, boy. That's
especially hearing that, if he got wind that it was, they just straight up gassed them, like,
yeah, it wasn't a pleasant thing. They essentially they had infiltrated cities, and then like the dwarven cities had filtrations, like they're not filtrations, is it like filtration essentially, and they planted gas bombs in them. and then it just filled all the underground cities with poisonous gas. It wasn't high enough to like cause deaths. It just made essentially children and elderly sick. Just like targeted targeted children, and it's just like children are sick. If you surrender, we'll stop making your kids sick. So it definitely was underhanded, but you know, I was gonna say you gotta do what you gotta do, but don't do that. Don't build the Third Reich. Don't be fascist. It's bad. Be a communist. We're fun.
Frost
Yeah,
says to remember that you're a pirate today.
I'm a pirate?
I tried, and I'm like, I'm not doing any accent tonight. I'm
Yarr.
It's National Talk Like a Pirate Day, and Dido, of course, in chat is reminding us that is the
Oh,
case.
Because I told her, because I said,
be
I
stupid.
said yesterday I would totally do that instead of the Russian accent, and now I'm like, I'm tired. I don't care.
It's fair.
Next game I'll make up for it. Don't worry.
Genius.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so just
Yarr, got in over
anger
your head.
at what happened. Yeah, and also there as many sort of, especially like industrialization era like communists, like the whole point of it is to constantly spreading revolution. You're supposed to spread the revolution to your neighbors and on and on and on. And of course, dwarves are like their entire culture is based around labor. And so people were like, yeah, it's got all the dwarven laborers like on the communist side, and then suddenly they got taken over by fascists. So I'm sure like there was a revolutionary pride that was injured in the People's Republic. Excellent, fantastic. So my next question for your characters and sort of how they reacted to the war was, I guess, where were they? This is more for yeah, no, this is for everyone. Where were they, and what were they doing when war was declared on their respective countries? Whoever wants to go first can go first.
Well, I was at home when that happened for me.
Yeah.
All my peoples.
Yeah, you're in your little mining village. You're hanging out.
Saelathil was active duty during the time, so she was at her fort.
She's probably posted on like most southern border.
If not there, then getting ready to be shipped out because knowing what happened to Kistis, they were mobilizing early.
Mm-hmm. Talon? What is Talon doing when she heard over the radio? War has been declared.
What was she doing, or what did she do? I guess she would have been. I guess she would have been, with all the volunteering rejected and everything. I guess she would have been towards back home, and when she heard the news, and then started packing up to get not into action, but to like a city that isn't far away, and do that kind of thing where you're like near where the fighting is, but then once the fighting gets really bad, you back away to the next spot, and you're
Sure.
just helping the people who retreat.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And that was absolutely.
Avast ye swabs.
Avast ye swabs. Yar, ye
Why
hearties.
dear, don't
Forsooth.
Don't be a fascist. They're
be a
pricks.
fascist.
Be a pirate. They're anarchists. They're cool, except for the murder.
Except for
Pillaging.
the murder.
And
There'd be a little bit of murder everywhere.
there'd be a little bit of murder in every anarchist. It happens. And also a lot of other terrible things.
You just be learning to look the other way, ignore things, and hope it doesn't balloon out of control.
But you're gonna be on a ship with 100 men for 8 months, so hope you're into that. Yar.
That's how the glory hole was born.
That's they just fucked. Let's be honest, pirates just fucked. They did have. They're just like, you want to fuck? Yeah, and then you went
Oi.
down to the village and you fucked.
They be saying treasure is the friends you made along the way, and that's why a pirate calls it booty.
It's
Yeah.
it's why we call them fanny bandits.
Excellent. We've gotten way off topic.
What's be a pirate's worst girlfriend?
Oh God.
I don't
Go on.
know.
Continue your terrible joke.
One with a sunken chest and no booty.
Anyways,
Thank you, Frost.
I hate. Oh, you're lucky you're my friends.
Look, a nickname in another Discord is literally purveyor of puns because I love them so much.
So
You're welcome, Dino.
what's happening? Okay. Anyways, what is your character's like hope? Like, what are they trying to do? And besides the larger goal of of trying to force this oppressive dictatorship out of their country, are they trying to like go back to normal? Are they what is their personal goals for this?
Kill all the Dark Elves. And Dark Elf supporters. No. It's to free Frostall.
Sure.
I keep wanting to say Frostall.
I mean, we can retcon some shit.
Nah, no, it's fine. Fostral.
Okay. Austral.
We just named this country after Frost. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it depends who's on top by the end of this. I mean, if you guys fucking go hard, you guys
There
can
you
go
go.
hard. That's all I'm gonna say.
There you go, Frostral. You're welcome.
Austral, that's the name now. And it's like, all right, cool. You didn't steal my dad. That's fine. So yeah, so liberation of the country. What does Tan sort of desire out of this?
I don't think she thinks too terribly far ahead. I think being a little bit true to her elvish heritage, she's just very like, oh, I have to do this now, oh, I have to do this now, and it's very just in the moment kind of deal. I think her furthest sight. I think she's like keen on like making plans and like plotting things out because she's proven to be very tactical,
That is true.
coming up with all the suggestions and everything. But as far as what she wants, I don't think she knows.
Fair enough.
I think currently she just wants to help people, but we'll see how her
Yeah.
pacifism changes.
Absolutely, just sort of, worry about today, not tomorrow, right now, kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Sure thing. Frost, what does Grigori want from this?
I mean, just besides like the end of occupation, he doesn't want to see any people, let alone like Frostrals, his own, the dwarves, nobody oppressed by anybody.
Sure thing. Here's a question that I think is interesting to ask that you might not know the answer to. So the People's Republic is the Soviet Union in this World War II metaphor. They're not the good guys.
What?
You know?
Communist good guys.
Yeah, the People's Republic is definitely like they're not the bad guys, but they're not the good guys. Does Grigori have any reservations, but his own country's sort of draconian, excuse the pun,
I get it.
um, laws and sort of the crackdown on non sort of
Oh
party
yeah,
line
oh yeah.
plot.
That thing absolutely goes to his own people as well. Like he doesn't want to see them do anything
Okay,
any more than dark elves or any of the other ones.
so he's aware of the issues of his country. He's not a blind follower.
Yeah, it's partially why he's not there fighting. He's somewhere else fighting.
Okay, sure,
That kind of like,
excellent.
look, if I can bring that to other people, I can go home and bring that
Yeah.
there.
There are definitely good things about the revolution, and they've been bad things. Um, for instance, you know, Ukrainian people. That's never good. Excellent. So that's something I wanted to ask. A question for Salafil or Rin.
Or both.
Well, you and a few others uh, of your sort of fellow officers in the military um, have sort of maintained your animosity towards the Empire. That's not true for everyone. There's a lot of them that have sort of fallen in line pretty easily. Um, how would that realization affect Salafel? Seeing that these people that are just like, yeah,
Um, it doesn't. It doesn't really affect her anymore. Um, she was one of those people that fell in line as well until the opportunity to not do so was presented. So, um, it's obvious to her that people are doing what they have to survive because her experience is probably not an isolated event. She saw what happened to the open dissenters when the drought came through, and everybody learned to quickly fall in line if you wanted to survive.
sure. And then for Ton, this will be the last of my questions. Um, as a medical professional, um, and a civilian, um, you sort of seen like the just sort of the increasingly like definitely unhealthiness of society. Um, like being like under oppression, it affects you physically. Like it harms your mental health, it harms your physical health. Um, how is the toll of knowing that she can't really, despite having magic and being able to close wounds at will, um, how does it affect her that she might not be able to help in the way that she trained for her entire life?
Um, I think that's part of what drives her to try and change, uh, the current society, try and undo the oppression.
Yeah.
So I think it's I think it's less that she sees it that she's unable to change it, but she has to change the society before she changes in order to help that. Uh, or try to find certain workarounds for certain patients if she can.
Absolutely. Those are my questions. Just to sort of jog your creative juices, sort of get back into headspace of these characters. Any questions you want to ask me, as the leader of this fucking thing?
What is Giant's Isle?
What is Giant's Isle? Giant's Isle is an abandoned island with a massive fortress on it, built by giants.
Oh,
Yes.
I totally didn't notice that over.
Yeah, you guys already looked at that part. There's an entire other half of this place.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where our continent is the only continent that matters.
Who's fucking graffitiing my maps?
Oh,
See you, Ren.
What are you talking about? That's Shay's blue, not my blue.
That's yeah, it's Shay's. That's Shay's royal purple, not your fucking shitty fucking off sky blue.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's not even the right color at all.
You fucker. Sorry, Ren's being a little.
I don't know
being a
what you're
shit.
talking about. I've had green this whole time.
Yeah, sure, buddy. Anyways,
He's a practice gaslighter.
You're a gaslighter. How dare?
I mean,
I won't
angrily telling someone else they're a gaslighter after they stole
No, I'm telling you. I can't go with them.
If you yell at someone you're a gaslighter after they say like you're a pretty good gaslighter, that's not evidence to the contrary. Is all I'm going to say.
First of all, I'll have you both know that this has been Frost the whole time trying to defame both of our characters.
Sure, Frost.
That's why.
Frost.
That's why his only response was to laugh.
But sure,
blame wrong, and I love you.
Sure, blame the communists.
Yeah, but fucking blame the communists for all your problems. Fucking get a job, hippie.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Dido
wants to be gaslit.
Dido, I will light all of your fires.
I mean, sure.
This is Dido saying she wants to play with us. She wants to join the game.
mean, Dido, if you want to play, you can just fucking message me.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, girl. Do
Join
it. Do the process. Get Mr. Frost.
She won't join my game.
I don't think she can join another game. I think she's a very busy person. She has like a full-time job and everything.
I have a full-time job and I'm here.
Yeah,
you also
but
fall asleep like 90% of your games, man.
Shush! I don't have to take this shit from you.
I'll say it. You fall asleep for 90% of your games.
Shut up. Just because Shay doesn't let me sleep in anymore doesn't mean it's my fault.
I don't tell you to get up.
No, but you and your family make me get up. Just like you have to get up.
I do have to get up.
Any Hoozlebees. Any other questions?
Because you want a house too.
I did want a house too.
You want a house.
My only question is, how soon can I get a mech and why is it not now?
Why is it not now? Because, man, fucking do some shit. I don't know. Steal a mech.
How many more people do I need to murder for my mech?
It's not, you don't fucking level up.
So many people.
Give me a number.
Silato will stab every person asleep in their bed until that number hits its mark.
First of all, comrade, Silato was not the only person doing murder.
Yeah, she was the only one doing the stabbing there.
But Grigori doesn't want to drive a mech.
It's just I just picture her.
I mean, you say that now.
I just picture.
But have you seen it? It's a pretty sweet mech.
He's not saying he wouldn't get in the guns. But
I just picture her sneaking up behind some poor guard somewhere, and she's like, "Where's my fucking mech?"
She just stabs him.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
She stabs him, takes like the blood on her knife, puts it on like a piece of paper. 2,473 down. How many more does it have to be, God?
I will slaughter so many in the name of getting a mech.
So the mechs kind of in this that you've seen so far are a little less of your classic mech for sure. They're a little more sort of tankish, by design. They're like that on purpose. There is there is a mech. It is not. It exists in the world. It is a prototype. You
We're
can
stealing
you
it.
can steal it
Do
if
you
you
need
really want to, and
You
you
know,
really
you
do
know
your
that we
best.
do because you just put this evil out in the world.
do you
Um,
do you
go on.
do you need multiple people to pilot a mech, or is this like
Yes, you do. It is not a comfortable machine to drive. But it is upright. It does have two legs, and it has a vague human shape, and it kind of has hands.
can I mount a cannon onto a dragon's back and have it be like, I don't know. If I can blood bend, does that mean I can water bend?
No, because you're
Oh,
using blood magic, and blood magic isn't water bending.
okay.
Yeah, if you have a spell that affects water, I mean, fuck, yeah, you can water bend if it's a spell that does it. But if you're using blood magic, that's blood shit.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yes, but yes, there is in fact a mech. It is a prototype. It is a part of the game. I will not. It is not in a corner somewhere in the world. You won't find it.
Damn, it's not
Um,
power armor just
I
sitting
will
around.
put
It's in
it
the
It's
Temple of Loth when we blow it
it's
up. I
on
know.
it's on
not a
Giant's
Temple of Thought.
Island.
No, no. It's. I won't put it out of the way. It will be. It won't be in your direct path, but you will be. You'll be like, oh, that's probably where the mech is. Is that place? So if you want a mech, I'll give you a mech. It just you can't get a mech, fucking right away.
Listen, I'm willing to
You have
work
to, or
for
you
it.
have to earn that
I've
shit.
stuck it out this long. I'm willing to wait for my mech.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
for
fucking
Frost,
earn that
and
shit,
for Dido to
motherfuckers.
join the game.
Is there
Yes.
any
Dido's gonna come in riding the mech, and I'll have to kill her, and then she can leave
I mean,
again.
Dino, send me a message.
Yeah.
is there has anyone ever tried mounting a cannon to a dragon's back?
Oh, absolutely. It's the first thing they did when they built a cannon was like, let's put it on a big animal.
How'd that go?
And the dragon wasn't too happy about it. He's like,
Wait,
get the fuck away from me.
are dragons intelligent in this campaign, or are they
Yes,
bestial?
this world is essentially a D&D world if it finally left the fucking medieval era, like they left feudalism behind and got good old fashioned fucking industrialization.
Hmm.
Yes, and dragons are highly intelligent. There are good dragons, there are evil dragons. Um, you guys can go to the Feywild. You guys can go to the Nine Hells if you really want to. If you really want to derail this campaign, you guys can just leave this dimension and just go live with
All right,
fairies.
guys.
I mean,
Guys, hear me out.
oh
It's on
no,
Thursday.
Let's go to the Nine Hells and get one of their mechs.
they don't have mechs.
They have fucking airships in the actual D&D world.
I know they don't need mechs. They're devils. They just have devil magic.
They have fucking airships.
I mean, yeah, they have blimps. So do we.
No. These are full-on flying fortress airships.
Okay, fantastic. They have mechs. You happy now? Go
Yes,
steal the
I want one.
Go steal Asmodeus' fucking mechs. See how long you fucking last. He's gonna
let's
hunt you
do
down.
it.
I know secrets about Asmodeus that he doesn't need a mech.
It's Asmodeus.
Asmodeus. I like Asmodeus.
me,
It sounds.
Asmodeus.
It's a better. It's a better mouthfeel. So Giant's Isle is an abandoned fortress that has a massive thing built by giants. You can get a fucking mech, and dragons are real.
I think that's all our questions.
I don't know, Frost. You got anything for me?
Nothing right now, but I'm sure at some point it's going to be, when do we get this mech and when can I put a railgun sniper rifle on it?
I mean, I will say this is kind of funny. I was thinking about railguns, and I think like the first railgun was a gun on train tracks. It was a massive cannon, and I don't think it ever worked. It was like a Nazi secret project, and it was just physically too large, and you couldn't aim it
Oh
because they
yeah.
realized like you had to like rotate a gun for it to fire at something that wasn't directly ahead of it, and they're like, so the entire project's fucked.
They did one that was kind of like just aimed in one set location, and they couldn't move it, and it just like went deep underground, and where they would like fire something, and then there'd be something else that fire behind it, and then something else that fire behind it, and it just kept doing that for like 12 times to try and speed up the projectile.
Oh yeah. I think I've heard of that. Here's
It
a little
failed.
thing. I know a lot. about Nazis because they are fascinating, and we should learn about them in case they come back. Is one thing is that there's this sort of folklore about them that they had this weird technology, and like medical science because of their fucked up things they did. Like they like learned things no one else did. They didn't learn shit. They were all idiots. They're all on meth, like 24/7.
They were constantly
And all
wrong.
they're constantly on meth. They love their fucking meth. Hitler took so much meth. Um, and all their like secret projects were all just like these massive machines that could never work, and they just built more tanks they would have won. But they're like, we have to build a giant rail cannon. Um, and
Are you
yeah,
implying the rail cannon was not a top-notch investment? How
it was
dare
not great. They can only aim at they aim at one direction because it was too heavy to move.
90% of the cannons they tried innovating failed.
Oh yeah, it's so easy just to point a gun at a guy. It's like just take the thing and use it for a fucking. No. Anyways,
It's like,
yeah.
oops, we set it up the wrong way. Hopefully they come in this direction
Oh,
or we're fucked.
so many times the Nazis were not good at their jobs. They took everyone by surprise, and everyone just like then everyone regrouped. And was like, all right, now let's just fucking send
Now that
a
we're
million
not caught
Russians
by
at them till they
surprise.
die. Yes.
We will overwhelm you with sheer numbers and also
That's
guns
just-
pointed in the correct direction.
That's just what Russia did. They just like took all the Russian men and just like go march west until you find Hitler.
That was fine. They couldn't actually make tanks in Russia.
They couldn't. No, they didn't need to. They had the strong bodies of Russian men.
I mean, they did need to because that was what they did initially, and then they were like, "This shit is not working. We need to try something else."
Yeah.
And then they got out of the tank and started doing it.
Because their tanks were actually super unreliable. They constantly
Oh god,
broke down.
yeah.
They just kept going. They just like fuck it. Let's just keep walking.
It's like, let's get out and push. Like, why don't we just keep going?
Yeah.
Damn,
I
that's actually pretty
I have a
smart.
big
No,
range. I can
we need
swing
the
at a
tanks.
German's head.
Carry the tanks.
Oh god, they just start making a line of people and they push the tank on.
Just oh, that would
They
be
use,
funny.
they
Yeah.
use the Egypt style of moving the big blocks, just a giant piece of wood and some sticks. Like, just roll it onto the battlefield. Come on, it
It
doesn't
has
have
a
to
big
move
gun
with
on
the...
it. It's fine. Just fucking push it.
It's just a gun on a block, and they're using logs to roll it.
Oh.
Why can't
This
we
is
aim
our
this
tank.
anywhere? We stole our tank gun design from that rail gun from the Germans. Shit.
We stole the wrong plans, you idiot. The very first tanks were essentially just tractors that had a cannon on it.
Uh-huh.
And that was it. It was just a fucking armored tractor.
The
Oh.
Killdozer was way ahead of its
I
time.
mean, the Killdozer, like, that's essentially how tanks are invented. Alright. Is there any other questions? Or any other things you guys, I mean, any things you want to, clear up for yourselves, or?
Are there any plans to make this a more global affair?
I mean,
That's on us to decide.
that's not
Well,
what you said.
yeah, because we don't know if the Drow are on, the Grand Duchy, or if there's some even worse force out there.
Oh no, the
Maker
giants are
Jaws.
invading.
The giants are invading. No, you do know that there's multiple factions of Drow in the Underdark. And essentially what happened is what the ones in the east, under you guys, were the fascists, and the ones in the west weren't. The whole thing. You can learn about that later. Yeah. So the current fascists are invading your country because they don't have access to the other parts of the ocean. Again, they don't have a navy. You know, they live in tunnels. They don't need
Not
one.
yet. That's
Not
what-
yet. That is true. They are building one.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why don't the Drow just tunnel under the ocean to to the
Well,
to
they
the other
just
Because that
island?
take
takes-
this continent and push
that-
it
that
somewhere
takes a-
else.
It takes a very long time, and there are tunnels to that side of the world.
Not with purple worms under your control.
That's
I
true.
mean,
It worked
fucking.
for the orcs in the Hobbit movie.
I mean, yeah, but like, fucking, it's my story, Shay. Shut up.
You heard him. You're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's nothing else, We've been going for about an hour. That was sort of the time limit. Time limit I want. Time minimum time I want to hit about an hour.
Time for a recap, y'all. Did it.
Yeah.
We did it. We did the recap. We did some questions. You guys back in your head spaces. Rin looks very tired.
No, my eyes are just really fucking itchy since we started
They're
for
just
some reason.
super
I mean,
heavy.
I'm not tired. It's literally that they're itchy and I can't seem to get it to stop. And it's
Yep.
like the right side gets really itchy and then it's under control and then the left side is like, but what if this side of the face starts itching? And it's like, fuck.
As somebody with massive allergy problems, I totally understand that.
It's
And our
my
air
drops.
pollution is like 90% plus here, so it's like that all the time.
I mean, all the forests have burned in, so my city's been filled with smoke for the past 6 months. I recommend eye drops.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Just
just
leave your
personally.
meat outside; it'll be fine, nice and barbecued.
Yeah, leave your meat outside. Smoke. Oh god, yeah. Fucking.
Yeah.
The moon is orange at night. It's not great. The moon's always orange.
You get to see the moon?
You can see the. It's not that.
You guys
Yeah,
are getting
I still can see
paid?
the stars. It's pretty great. Anyways,
That is one thing I miss about living out in the boonies is just being able to see the sky.
I live in the biggest city in my province.
Wow, that's saying
There's-
something.
Yeah, there's only 1 million people where I live. There's more people in Los Angeles than there are in Canada, I'm pretty sure.
Los Angeles is the second biggest city in the country.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel
Yeah,
good,
bud.
Shay, I live over a mile above sea level, and I don't get to see the night sky half the time.
I get to see the Northern Lights sometimes. It's fun.
I just like I remember, and this is back when I lived out mostly in the middle of nowhere and had shitty internet, but I remember, I liked the trees. I liked seeing just random animals every now and then.
There's rabbits. There's a bunch of hares that live near me. See them every day.
We got those too. I mean, they like there was a nest of them once, and then a fox came and ate them.
Oh, no foxes.
Aw.
Just hares and dogs.
And then
And a random single quail I've seen 4 times.
Wow.
In the
The
middle of my
quails-
city, just
the
a
quails
quail.
the quails all call out Bob White. And then I remember being able to see the stars and count the constellations, and then over to one side would always just be this dome of light where the city was.
I go outside, look up, there's stars. There's stars, yo. I can see the Big Dipper, for sure. I think Little Dipper, but I don't stargate a lot.
The big duper.
Big
Don't-
Dipper.
don't
Big Bear, Little
forget-
Bear! That's what they're called by the traditional peoples here in Canada.
Well,
The only thing I get to enjoy is when it snows, all the sky looks like grapefruit. It's a really cool color when it snows here.
Oh, that's fun. Ours just gets so cold that our homeless population commits petty crimes who go in jail for 6 months.
I don't know, why haven't you seen the stars?
Have you never seen the stars?
She
Leave
hasn't-
Jersey.
She hasn't
Yeah,
seen
they're
the stars
Jersey.
since
They've seen-
August.
They've
Leave
seen
Jersey. Fucking get out of Jersey.
You see plenty of stars. They're all from The Sopranos. It's fun.
Top of the Google.
Come to Canada. It's cold here.
I would if I
On the
could.
note of cold, let's freeze this stream and call
Yeah.
it a night. Otherwise, Shay will be asking questions all night tonight.
It's
We'll
true.
just do it.
That
in
is true.
Discord.
We'll just have an Ask Dado questions in the chat
Yeah,
stream.
just
That'll be
ask
fun one
Dido
day.
Q&A.
Fuck you too, Dado.
I enjoy that they could just have a nice conversation on Discord, and they're like, "Let's do it over to Twitch."
Yeah, just do streams.
Listen, I appreciate having the Twitch chat active. It's just Felis was like, "All right, we're done," and then everybody's like, "So how about the philosophy of life?"
I'll talk weird philosophy all day long. You don't
How
get me
about,
started.
how about them
I'm
sports
good.
ball?
I'm good, thanks though.
I can talk about the rise of fascism in modern America. Oh, okay.
No,
We get to experience that. We don't
yeah, I was
have
like,
to
we
talk.
have to live that. I
I
had
can
to
just
suffer
enjoy
through.
it academically from afar and worry.
I had to suffer through the protest of people who were upset about the treatment of people who failed the insurrection back in the early start of the year. They literally held a protest for people who were upset that the coup failed.
Did you see any interesting things at the airport?
No, thankfully, but I just shake my head that that's the world we live in, where it's okay for people to express their displeasure in being losers, and it's like, well, you lost, so shut up.
And try to
like the
forcefully
dead.
take over the country.
It's like, what do you think? It's okay for us to be upset? It's like, yeah, actually, you lost. Get over it.
Yeah.
We tell it to
As
the
someone who's a
South
bit of a
every
revolutionary
day.
himself, fucking sit down, you lost, bitch. Like, just come on.
You know,
When I lose mine, I'm just gonna go to fucking Cuba.
oof.
I think you're so cool because your country doesn't have an embargo.
Yeah.
Anyways, good night, y'all. Good night. And
Good
that was
night,
Sexual
everybody.
Ridiculous. Good night.
Love you guys.
Bye.